Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sweating Geography YouTube channel. Today, I have actual news. Actual geography news, right? This is huge. This is actually important. And it's not that I shaved my beard, surprisingly. I know that would be good news, but actual news. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you think subdivision, I'm sure countries come to mind, like United States, states, and everything. But if I say difficult subdivision, I'm sure like 90% of your minds go to Slovenia. Because Slovenia has the most first level subdivisions in the world. Or does it? Because maybe it doesn't. And we might have just found this out. This is actually not a new discovery, but it's being actually implemented newly, which is really cool. So, Slovenia's 212 municipalities. Very famous within the geography community. Very infamous, I guess, is probably a better word, because not a lot of people appreciate them, because there's a lot. And it scares a lot of people away from doing, like, subdivisions, especially in Europe, because that's the country that most people learn them in. So, this is huge. So, let me just first tell you what happened. So, a bunch of the quiz makers and stuff, I think this was about a year ago that they found this or something. But they were looking on Slovenia government websites or something and found coordinates to these subdivisions that were like first level governmentally, but were just like hidden in the government site for some reason. And these things are called the statistical regions, I think. No, administrative units. Statistical regions are different. I think that's the 12 ones. But these, all right, let me go to the scene where you guys can see stuff. Here's your 212 municipalities. They're pretty famous, you know, everybody knows about them. 212 municipalities. Way too many, right? Like, this is completely unreasonable. They're funny. They're fun to learn once you've learned them. But, like, they're absolutely awful to learn. It's so bad. It's so unnecessary, too. You'd only ever learn these if you were trying to learn all Europe subdivisions. But now, we've upgraded from this to this. And, I mean, okay, it's not easy. It's not super free, but I mean, from 212, wanna guess this number? 58! 58! We've gone down, I think, what's the math? 150, I wanna say 154. We've gone down 154 subdivisions in Europe. That's like over a tenth of them. That is so much better. And like, okay, a tenth of them, like, that doesn't sound super significant, right? But the main thing that's cool about this, right, is now that it's better because people aren't scared away by Slovenia. Like, I know so many people who have been like, yo, why don't you just learn Europe subdivisions? And they're like, I would, but I'd never be able to complete it because Slovenia is stupid and I don't want to learn 200 municipalities in Slovenia. So, like, that's pretty reasonable, right? But now 58. Still pretty unreasonable, if we're being honest, but it's much, much better. So this, the reason this matters now, sorry if I'm yapping a lot, but the reason this matters now is because Vicky, the creator of this pretty infamous quiz, or not really infamous, amazing quiz, Europe FLS, first level subdivisions, has decided that since the real first level kind of is those administrative units, she's going to change it. So probably within a short-ish period of time, Slovenia on this map will be getting changed to the 58 administrative units. Absolutely huge news. World Subdivision it becomes so much more doable now for so many more people. It's still hard. It's still a pretty impressive feat to learn all of these, but it's not nearly as hard as it was. So, yeah. Awesome news. So pros and cons. Mainly, when people talk about cons of this, the main thing that comes up is how iconic they were. Like, it was iconic, right? Slovenian municipalities, you can still learn them if you would like to. You can still learn them. They're still helpful to an extent, especially if you're playing GeoGuessr. You'll kind of know the town almost every time. But, like, they're not that helpful. They're not that helpful, and, like, it just scares so many people away from it that I think it's actually really freaking cool that we're getting new ones and that they're gonna be in the Europe FLS quiz. So I will link this quiz with the administrative units by Vicky in the description. So if you guys want to learn these ahead of time before they get implemented, you can go ahead and do that. Another cool thing about these is if you've already learned this municipalities, they'll be significantly easier because they're literally just merged versions. Like all of these, I'm scrolling through these, you might start to recognize some of the names like Domžale, Litia, Trebnje. Like these are all of the same names. It's just merged a bunch of them, like the average, I guess, 4 into 1, which is freaking amazing. So thank you, Vicky, for committing to make this update. And please do, because now I've made a video that a couple hundred people probably are going to watch. So sorry for the pressure, but this is cool. So very excited about this. I hope you guys are as well. Thanks for letting me yap. I'll see you guys later. And as always,